I've been in this place for months. The hat of Rictavio is heavy on my head, and I tire of wearing it. I'm leaving Vallaki for a week or two. I have some business with the Vistani. If you see me during this time, I've done something terribly wrong and my plan has been unsuccessful. And unless I'm a corpse, ignore me. Should you find my weathered body splattered across a tree, nothing more than fleshy gunk, find my ring. I'll be reserved, my soul residing in there, lest someone has taken it from me. Let me see the end of that vampire, and allow me to know when to rest. That is all that I ask. How was that intro? That was cool, right? I did his voice and everything. I'm like, right, I'll do a special little episode about Mr. Rudolph Van Richten and I'll do his voice and everything. Expect more of that. Hello and welcome to the first actual episode of Curse of Strahd DM's guide. Instead of jumping right into his Vallaki and all the stuff going on, I thought I'd start off pretty easy with just one person so that I can kind of put everything in place for Vallaki in the end. Which might be kind of a long video, or 2 videos, or 3, because Vallaki has a fuckload going on. For now we're doing Rudolph Van Richten, who is to most of your players, and should be to most of the people who ever play Curse of Strahd, Rictavio, a half-elf bard who tells stories in the Blue Water Inn. I am very fond of Rudolph Van Richten's character. He is a badass with more knowledge than anyone ever should ever have about undead ever. He has a specific ability where he does like an extra 3d6 damage to undead, which I'll talk about in a second, which is fucking neat. He also has on him a hat of disguise, which is the metaphor from earlier, and then a ring of mind shielding. So the hat disguise lets you cast disguise self at will. Pretty neat. You just pop it on and then you're someone else. The ring of mind shielding basically makes it so that any divination magic can't penetrate you, and that no one can read your mind, and no one can discern your alignment and stuff like that, or what sort of creature type you are, and if anyone tries to figure out your alignment, you're just neutral. Also, if you die while attuned to the ring, your soul goes in the ring. Which was kind of what I was talking about in the metaphor earlier, because if Rudolph dies, he goes in the ring, which is a fucking sick-ass thing. Let's be real. He is an absolute force to behold in the land of Barovia because of that. He's also a 9th level cleric, which is fun, vampire hunter, and depending on if you draw this card, Artifact, he might end up being the party's final ally. If he isn't, the party should never see him or know that he's Rudolph Van Richten, but he could end up being the final ally in the fight against Strahd. So, something that the book doesn't always tell you is that Rudolph isn't in one place for too long. I kind of run him as the Blue Water Inn, where he uses his Rictavio guise, is less of everything that he's doing and more just a hub for all of his expeditions. So about half the time when the party enters, he's not going to be there. He'll be there the first time to set the scene, but from there he could be off doing his own other stuff, because he has things to do. He has a goal and he's doing it. He's killing people, he's investigating, he's learning. And he can't just do that sitting in an inn for months. If they uncover the mask of Rictavio and Rudolph Van Richten is revealed, they might even see him staking out a Vistani camp and being like, yeah, let's kill these guys, because that's one of his objectives, which I'll talk about. One objective that he has is finding allies, because he himself is like 60 and knows that he cannot 1v1 Strahd von Zarovich anymore. He could have done 20 years ago, but not in his current state. His stats, physical stats, are kind of shite, bless him. So currently he resides in the Blue Water Inn because he is suspicious of the existence of a thing called the Keepers of the Feather, which is a union of were-ravens. He somewhat knows that they exist, and he's trying to figure out who of the people there are the were-ravens, because they're good guys, and he thinks that they can help him. In addition, if the party comes along and they're like, hey, we're off to go kill Strahd, do you want to join? He might say yeah, if he's Rudolph Van Richten to them. Otherwise, he's very slow to trusting, unless he has specifically staked them out, which might happen. You could send Rudolph off to go spy on him, and then decide after a while, yeah, I like those guys, let's ask them, because they're going around and killing a bunch of zombies. It's never really specified how he plays out, figuring out who the heck the Keepers of the Feather are. So what I've done is that whenever he interacts with the party as Rictavio, he says something along the lines of, hello! You know, I'm quite suspicious. Have you ever heard of the existence of a were-raven? And just seeing someone's reaction, just as a curious thing, because of his charming suspicion. His main objective for the current time, apart from that, is to kill all of Strahd's eyes in Barovia, the Vistani, a group of gypsy people in Barovia. He is doing it out of both a strategy to eventually take down the vampire himself without him having too much backup, and revenge, which I might tell you about someday. Subscribe. He also has a component that is quite important to this particular objective. He has currently a trained saber-toothed tiger with 78 health and 17 AC in a carriage that he can release, and has been trained to sniff out Vistani and kill, which is fucking cool because he has a saber-toothed tiger. And finally, he may even ask the party to come and help him stake out, perhaps, a Vistani encampment and be like, yeah, let's go fucking kill these guys, can you help me? Something to note is that if the party come up to him and express an interest in having him come along with them, he's gonna say no. A Vistani curse placed on him long ago forbids him from doing such a thing, lest his allies all are fatally defeated brutally and killed, because that's his curse and he wholeheartedly believes it. And it is true, which is very cool. Something to note about his curse is that he specifically, if he finds Esmeralda, does not want to be with her and will probably push her towards being with the party and will try and leave, because then she dies and he feels bad. And I'll talk more about their relationship in Esmeralda's video, because she's kind of dependent on him a little bit. He might help them, he won't directly accompany them. A few examples could be that he walks into Castle Ravenloft an hour before them and kills a few things for them before making his way further in and hiding out until he can see them, kill a few things, and then go away. He could wait in a large area with a bit of cover where there's a big old monster that he cannot take care of, and waits for the party to come on in so that he can get the pounce on it and manage to deal some damage and actually be useful. Finally, he could maybe even say to the party, hey guys, I'm gonna attack a Vistani camp, can you come and do it with me? I've done that before. There was a siege on the Serpal encampment where they all fucking killed Madame Eva. It was cool as shit. And also kind of sad because Madame Eva's a good guy. Yeah, but I mean, after the card reading, she isn't in full effect. He could even plan to infiltrate Argentpistol, and he's gone in and he's seen all the evidence and he's like, nope, and he's like, okay, can you talk to these people, because if I have to fight them, I am fucked. He has ways of sorting them, but they won't end well for him. Magic Circle's a good ass spell. I'll talk about that soon. So yeah, that's all that I have to currently tell you about this sexy ass man in this sexy ass module. Please run this dungeon, masters. Your players will love you. This game is so fucking cool and I cannot recommend it enough. So thanks for watching Magical Tea Party with me, Jake Anslow. I've been your charming host who you love very much. You gotta like, subscribe and comment, and you gotta also punch that bell so hard that your knuckles literally shatter. No pain, no gain, you know. I have a Discord notification.